Like us humans, animals go to war as well, and they do it in every sense of the word. From actual fighting to having set regulations about how to go about their lives. Some of these are actually surprising, so I would suggest you stay till the end, as today we'll be looking at some of the rules of engagement in the animal kingdom. Sit back, relax, and grab some snacks, as things get a little interesting. Welcome to Animals Wow TV. Let's get started. Ever had a fear of suffocating to death? Well, that is exactly what happens when you cross these Asian honeybees. When Oriental hornets strike, Cyprian honeybees swarm them in a large ball that stings the hornet's respiratory system. Hornets can't breathe without stretching their abdomens, so the bees suffocate them to death with their sheer numbers. Where they lack in strength, they sure make up for in their numbers. Speaking of numbers, ants are known for just that. You might have seen how just a small piece of food attracts hundreds of them at the same time. That is just the tip of the iceberg. Ant colonies can reach numbers from 200,000 to up to 500,000 in number. So when an invader such as this scorpion comes in to grab a nibble or whatnot, a single ant can communicate instantly to its fellow colonists and call in backup. This is one backup you shouldn't underestimate. Then again, not every animal is a fighter. Sometimes peace prevails in the animal kingdom and compromises are made. Such was this instant where a colony of termites and ants came to a ceasefire. How? Well, if you look closely, you can see two rows of these critters. One of the termite soldiers and one of the ant soldiers, respectively. They both hold their ground, making a barrier while both their workers carry out their everyday tasks. Who knew animals could hold a truce so well? Gathering resources is the only job associated with the ant world. So what happens when there's a body of water in the way? That doesn't seem to stop these fire ants that, using their own bodies, build a massive bridge of sorts across the pond. Upon this bridge of live bodies, the rest of the workers cross both ways carrying tons of resources for the colony. And we thought firefighters were brave. I don't see them making a ladder out of themselves. Some animals that don't have any such backup or numbers, such as ants, turn to other ways to protect themselves, such as the infamous possums. These animals are so good at what they do that they even have their own idiom, which is playing possum. Whenever a threat is near them that they know they can't deal with, they simply play dead. They stay in a stationary position and sometimes with their tongues out to make the play more believable. That way, the existing threats such as predators become uninterested and just leave the dead animal alone. Think smart and not hard, just like these guys. During any sort of battle, stealth is just as important for animals as it is for us humans. There's a reason all the tanks and suits are camouflaged. Nobody does this better than the sidewinder snake. The snake digs itself inside the hot, scorching sand of the desert and leaves only its eyes and nostrils out. As soon any prey, in this case this gecko, comes across its path, it lunges out and grabs hold of it. The poison does the rest, and the snake has himself a meal. Sometimes it's not always about life and death. It can be territorial, and these jawed fish are the prime example. These guys are not even violent, but they sure are angry. They pick up sand in their mouths and spit it out on the homes of the other one. You might think this might be something about respect. Well, it isn't. This petty behavior is actually them trying to prevent each other from building their homes near each other. The sand throwing ensures that the progress the other fish makes goes back to zero. Imagine having this sort of fight with your neighbor. Also, just like us humans, there are spies in the world of insects as well. Weaver ants are imitated by this ant-like crab spider. When seen from behind, the ant-like crab spider's abdomen imitates the head of the weaver ant, with the 2 black spots on its back replicating the ant's eyes, as seen by unwary weaver ant workers. At night, it feasts on unwary weaver ant workers. It pounces on an ant when it sees one. It descends with the ant while keeping it in its jaws and attaching itself with a silk safety thread. These Sicarius spiders, sometimes known as 6-eyed crab spiders, are found in the southern African deserts. They are skilled in camouflaging and attacking any prey that comes by because of their reddish-brown hue. Their bodies are coated with microscopic hairs called setae, which keep sand particles in place and offer great concealment. They lie motionless in the sand until prey walks literally on top of them. That's when they close their legs and cage it inside before injecting it with venom. Let's come back to the ants for a second. Another unique rule of post-engagement that ants have is the fact that they respect the dead. Ants keep their nests quite tidy. In addition to serving as a dustbin, the mid-den also serves as a cemetery. Ants transfer their deceased there to avoid contamination of themselves and their queen. This is due to the way ants communicate with one another through chemicals. When an ant dies after an assault, its body produces a substance called oleic acid. For ants, oleic acid translates as garbage, and the other ants were responding to its call. We've all seen lions hunt in our lives, be it on TV or in person. But that hunting is actually pretty strategic if you look at it closely. Unless the victim is looking away and can't see the charge, lions prefer to stalk their prey and rarely charge until they are within 30 meters. Although ambush behavior has been documented, lions stalk their prey. From all sides, lions encircle prey and one of them guides the entire herd towards the main party, which is calmly waiting in the thick grasses. Killer whales are amongst the smartest animals out there. It would be no surprise when I tell you that they use many methods to capture their prey. They usually slap their prey around, which is seen as if they're playing with it when it's actually used to disorient the animal in question. Another way they do this is by blowing bubbles around them, practically blinding them and surrounding them slowly, cornering them. Would not want to be around these animals, even while on a ship. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Do smash that like button if this video was to your liking. Comment down below what you think about today's video. Subscribe to our channel if this is the sort of video that you like to watch. See you soon in the next one. As always, thanks for watching, and take care.